Welcome to Mystic Moons. We'll get started in a second. Hello. We'll start in a second. Okay. So, welcome to Mystic Moons. Thank you for the likes. We're here to take a peek at continuing the moon messages. This time it's going to be for the collectives of Leo and the Earth sign. So there'll be the Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo placements. Definitely for these placements include your 8th house and 12th house, depending upon how your chart is aspected. But moon, 8th house, 12th house, not necessarily the overt places within your chart. The things where things, the placements, the energies where things happen in the background and are working their way to the foreground. So if you have any other placements that you'd like to go and check, as I said, the collectives for these ones include the 8th house and the 12th house, in addition to your sun, moon, and rising, depending, of course, about how you feel about those energies, how prominent they are within your chart. There are separate videos for water signs and Libra. There's another set for some fire signs and some air signs. I'll link them up after the video in the description, so you can check it out there. All right. Anyway, thank you for the likes. I don't really think there's any other disclaimer to do, other than, I'm going to tilt this a little bit here. I'm not going to disturb my cat sleeping. She's not going to disturb my juice with samples. And we'll get started. Let's see. All right. Hello. How are you? Thank you, Lily, for the like and the hello. All right, so we're going to start off with Leo. I believe the order that I have here is Leo in the title. I have to go and check now. What did I write for the title? I try and keep it pretty accurate, but sometimes I forget. Oh, well, I think I did Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So that's the order that I'm going to be reading them. I won't be time stamping it, but you can go and just hop around with the timeline if you're seeing this after the fact. All right, Leo. Leo, I want one more deck. Hold on one second. All right. My cat's like, oh, you got up. Anyway, we're all ready. All right, Leo. Let's see. Something to anticipate for the Leo collective. I have Emperor Leo. I think I actually have my space back. So I have Emperor Leo together with a Page of Wands. Three of Swords, Hermit, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords. A reason to be defensive, Leo. There has been a reason to be defensive, to pull back, to regroup, to protect. Much like those characters, Leo, of, have you ever seen those old Wu-Tang movies, Leo? Where they have the characters and they're there saying, I'm going to go and come back at a later date and get revenge. Come back when I'm stronger. Come back when I'm more positioned, better positioned to do what must be done. Leo, this energy is here. It's a resurgence, Leo, something that necessarily you did not forget. I don't want to say forgive because it's not really that energy that I have here, but something that you did not forget, Leo, you had to pull back. It could be that this is something that's going to come to pass too, we could see, but all I have here, Leo, is a pulling back and then a coming forward with Emperor and Page of Wands. This tells me, Leo, that soon steps taken back will be reclaimed in a stronger, position, a stronger force, being able to go and enact some real changes, throw your weight around in a way that one cannot ignore, makes a difference. A moment that you've been waiting for, Leo, in this energy. Leo, I'm not exactly going to read these signs back here because they're all about overcoming strife and an independent energy, right? This is a very solo energy. It's also building yourself up. Not quite, as I said, bootstrap energy. This is pulling back so that you can come forth stronger. And what I have here, Leo, is coming forth stronger. Aries energy is coming out here. But let's find out more. Emperor is accompanied by the World, Leo. Looks pretty good to me, Leo. Let's find out more. Leo, I have Ace of Cups, Six of Swords, and Eight of Swords. Well, essentially what I have here, Leo, something to anticipate for you, I do have success. In this bottom of the deck energy here, Leo, as I said, there's been process in which you had to pull back and regroup. Also, too, trust may have been broken, or you may have been able to go and see exactly who were your allies and who weren't, Leo. Who did you have to specifically work around? Or that could be something that is coming to pass to be revealed to you. But ultimately, Leo, I have perseverance and going in the same direction. Energies here, Leo, I have some Pisces, Aries, Cancer, Aquarius, and Gemini. Primary energies. Of course, strength is Leo energy. Again, I have very independent energy, being strong in your convictions to go forward, not being unwavering towards that, and finding your support, getting emotional satisfaction, coming out ahead, Leo. Taking a little bit of a process, Leo, and definitely, okay, so that's something to anticipate for you, Leo. Maybe it's a facet, Leo, that you've had to go and pull back and be in independent energy. Maybe, Leo, that you found out that people who are around you were not at all for your benefit. And therefore, Leo, maybe internally, you had to go and realize that everyone was not your friend. You know, as I said it before, in this energy, it's dicey. You could be physically alone, or simply you could just realize that those around you that you're dealing with are not trustworthy. But I have very independent energy. I have rising above the conflicts. And I also have, Leo, realizing that you are a lot stronger than you give yourself credit for, that you have a lot more impact as an individual, Leo, than perhaps when you have collaborated or could collaborate with others, Leo. Never underestimate, Leo, your own presence and your own abilities. Leo, working together in teams, having teamwork, having support, of course, is a beautiful thing. And of course, Leo helps things go that much faster in most cases. But here, Leo, something to anticipate for you. Not everyone is working in cohesion around you. As I said, could be one aspect, could be an overall aspect. And Leo, the main thing is to go and trust that you will reach high heights, Leo, just with your own determination and presence, your own ideas and ingenuity, your own strength, Leo, ultimately is all that's needed. Also, too, to go and find and establish your own place. Leo, if we were talking about timing here, this is a new era of coming out into your own. However, Leo, an important aspect of this era of coming out into your own is realizing just how powerful you are and moving as powerfully as your solo self. The unit of one, Leo, can make a lot of difference, a big difference. We could be looking at, Leo, well, if we were going to timing, Six of Swords with Aquarian energy, it could be a breaking point, could happen somewhere around maybe late winter, early spring, or if Pisces season is early spring. Well, we have Mars, we have Aries. So this all speaks to a changing point around. I was just thinking that February 16th, right, is the start of the Chinese New Year. And then we also have the Persian New Year. So the New Year, and then New Year is typically or classically is denoted by spring. Anyway, something around spring definitely is where it's going to start blossoming for you, Leo, as long as you, or let's just say the more independent you are. That's that should reveal something come spring, and probably that the efforts of that will start to really materialize for you in ways that you cannot imagine right now come summer. That's something to anticipate for you, Leo. But remember, this is really leaning into your own strength and realizing, Leo, that while it is nice, of course, to have support, ultimately, Leo, all that you need is to be the one to set your direction. If you're setting your own direction for yourself right now, fine. Leo, you keep on carving out your own path, and eventually, Leo, the right people will follow. Let's check out Capricorn. So, Capricorn, something to anticipate for Capricorn. Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn, with Wheel of Fortune. Time, Capricorn. Could be time is coming to a head. That which you've built, that which you've worked towards, that which you've nurtured, Capricorn, is coming in. The only thing that I say possibly, Capricorn, is Knight of Pentacles is a slow energy and Wheel of Fortune is fickle. To me, Wheel of Fortune is actually a huge wild card. With these 2 8s, 8 of Cups, 8 of Pentacles, tells me, Capricorn, that fate isn't really necessarily a whimsical force here, Capricorn, very much guided towards the work that's being done, the direction being set, where the heart, what the heart believes in, Capricorn. That's what's being nurtured, that's what's being grown. Let's find out more information. As I said, Wheel of Fortune and Knight of Pentacles. 2 massive energies, 2 slow energies. Is this in progress, Capricorn? Is something finally blossoming, Capricorn? Just want to make sure I didn't have a 7 of Pentacles. So I have an 8 of Pentacles here, but 7 of Pentacles comes up. So Capricorn will find out more, but Wheel of Fortune, Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles tells me there's time for reevaluation, Capricorn. Could be that enough time has spent waiting, and now that there's action. Could be in this energy too, Capricorn, a time for you to, well, there is in this energy, it's calling for action to be taken. Whether this is actually continuing to develop that same direction that you've been working on, Capricorn, or to change it. We'll see, but this is calling for you definitely to take stock of what you have so far, what you're doing so far, what's happening around you so far. Make sure you're heading in the direction that you are at. Is everything also too in this energy, Capricorn, being utilized as it should? Capricorn, and this is just in general, Capricorn. Has there been anything going on, Capricorn, that's just part of your routine too, and maybe automatically, Capricorn, on autopilot, Capricorn, you just kind of go ahead and, I don't know, just go, oh, this is part of the things that I do, and just do it. Almost, Capricorn, like something on auto pay, right? You don't think about it. You say, I have the bandwidth for it, and things just continue. Well, Capricorn, in this energy, this is asking you to definitely take stock of everything that you have going on right now in your plate, everything that you've worked for, everything that you are working for, everything too, Capricorn, that you're still involving yourself with, that at a certain point in time, Capricorn, you picked it up because you said, this is good. This is nice. This interests me. This benefits me. Or I can add value as well. Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles. Could be too. You could be involved in things, Capricorn, because you yourself could be the benefit altruistically. King of Swords, Capricorn. Three of Swords, Capricorn. Another Wheel of Fortune. Capricorn, something to anticipate for you. A reset, Capricorn. Of course, Capricorn, we are in a number 10 year. Well, we're just about to go into that number 10 year. Oh, no, we are in a number 10 year. I was thinking, as I said, all these New Year's coming up. The additional New Year's coming up. New Year's will happen till spring, right? Depending upon what calendars you want to pay attention to. But with the tens here, Wheel of Fortune, also too, even this world that's hiding underneath of Temperance and High Priestess. Tens could be relevant. New beginnings are definitely, well, not new beginnings, excuse me, Capricorn. Beginning new things, Capricorn. New directions. Something to anticipate for you, Capricorn. Maybe this is a bit harsh and not quite the right words to say, Capricorn. But there are certain things here, Capricorn. Do I say you've outgrown them? Capricorn, there are certain things that don't serve you, that you're still tied to, you still involve yourself with. In this energy, Capricorn, well, they're responsibilities. Responsibilities that are close to your heart, that affect your heart. And Capricorn, only you really can decide this. But what is the distance, Capricorn, that you should put between certain things and situations that you know that no matter how much time, Capricorn, you give it, or Capricorn, no matter how much time you feed into the situation, the environment, and so forth, the dynamics just don't change. Capricorn, in this energy, what you have been maintaining, that could continue, Capricorn. Can continue for a whole other era. Already been an era, Capricorn, of some sort. Another era can just as easily go and compile itself on your life. But the energy I have here, Capricorn, something to anticipate for you. It's time for you to let certain connections go. I'll just leave it like that, Capricorn. Some things don't change, Capricorn, no matter how much time and space you give it. Maybe, Capricorn, should I say some people? Well, some things. Take it as you want. And Capricorn, as long as you keep on feeding these situations, they will keep continuing. And it doesn't benefit you, Capricorn, to continue this any longer. I'm not going to bother reading signs, Capricorn, because as I said, we're talking about one era that you've been in, and it's time, Capricorn, to create a new one. Or Capricorn, keep on extending this era, bringing certain elements, certain toxic elements, Capricorn, together with you in your next era, and it's unnecessary. Something to anticipate for Taurus. Let's see, Taurus. Two of Cups, Six of Cups, Taurus. Four of Cups, strong Cancerian energy coming up here. Emotional attachments, Taurus, together here with Six of Cups. People, well, emotional connections, people, Taurus. Maybe are they places? I don't know, Taurus. But I know they're emotional connections, Taurus. What emotional connections, Taurus, do you have that reappear or keep themselves present in your life? How active are they is something we'll take a look at. But what I have here definitely is like historical data, Taurus. Historical data, connections that are quite strong to you. Can't quite let them go away, Taurus. And they are part of the fabric of the you back then, Taurus, and they insist on having a few threads, Taurus, woven into the fabric of you today. I always want to say persevering. We'll see, Taurus. But what I have here is definitely connections. I have historical data. I have that which, did they influence you in the past, Taurus? Kind of have lukewarm connections, Taurus, that still are kind of in your face. Maybe it's a good thing, maybe it gets better. We'll see, Taurus. Almost, Taurus. Like that connection, Taurus, that won't let you go. Very strong Cancerian energy. Almost, Taurus, like the connections that won't let you go. Precisely because you have value, Taurus. They always know where to find you, Taurus, or Taurus, your cadence, your reception, your response is something that can be predicted for them. Like they could say, oh, well, I know that if I do blah, 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 Taurus will blah, blah in response. Right? If I give Taurus a basket, Taurus will put an apple in it. That type of thing. When I say predictable behavior, whatever that basket may be, Taurus, and whatever that apple may be. Here's someone, Taurus, who sees you as having lots of apples to put in their basket. Not saying it's an easy thing to go and share, but they see you as, is it well, maybe a combination of a support, a resource, maybe a haven. They definitely count on you for your apples. So Taurus, that Two of Cups is accompanied by a Knight of Cups. I read my Knight of Cups as Scorpio, so a lot of water here, Taurus. Cancerian and Scorpio energies. Do you have any Scorpio or Cancerian placements yourself, Taurus? This is all, again, as I said, those interconnected threads of the past going to now, the present, woven the tapestry of you that aren't cut off. Maybe there's no pressing reason to cut them off. Maybe, too, in this energy, Taurus, as time goes by, there's hope for good things to come from it. You know, there's a promise, Taurus, that a lot can be accomplished, but that a lot being accomplished hasn't quite come about. Maybe it will, Taurus, with Two of Cups, Knight of Cups, under a Six of Cups. Let's find out. But this definitely, Taurus, is energy of someone who you know and someone who you've been dealing with. Someone who's been interconnected into the fabric of the past you and the current you. And also, too, Taurus, well, we'll see. This energy right here implies that this would be the most positive or a positive interaction that hasn't been quite this type of quality either before or for a while. I have Three of Cups. Taurus, I would definitely look at who do you know with significant Cancerian energy? Where do you have your Cancerian energies? Even if anybody reappears that you know of, Taurus, where does that Cancerian energy sit? Okay. So, Taurus, we have a whole lot of Cancerian energy. As I said, a whole lot of Cancerian energy. Here's somebody who has emotional connections with you, Taurus. For some reason, they tug on the heartstrings. I do have some Scorpio energy followed by some Gemini energy. And then we have, I should read my Queens as Libras, my Queen of Swords as Libras. And then we have some Virgo energy, Leo energy. Yeah, definitely some Virgo energy coming in there, some more Scorpio energy. Anyway, Taurus, someone who tugs on your heartstrings or knows the buttons to push. It's like almost one last chance, Taurus, for someone who you have been dealing with, that they're going to reapproach you or come up to you yet again. Taurus, in this energy, well, they definitely, I feel like Taurus will present themselves like they're getting their act together, or they have their act together, Taurus. One could say in this energy, alone, not necessarily paying attention to this, but one could say, Taurus, in this energy, that here's somebody who's going to present themselves as having their act together, definitely knowing the right words to say to make you happy. Also, too, saying the right words to say to let you know that the actions that you've done before, Taurus, has had a positive impact. This person is definitely in a new phase, Taurus. And maybe we could say, too, Taurus, in this energy, they have taken some of what they've learned from you to heart. Something to anticipate, Taurus. Someone who you know quite well is coming back to you. I do think, Taurus, are going to present you with either words and or actions of some positive news that shows that you have an impact on where they're heading. I will also say in this energy, Taurus, you're going to have to go and evaluate for yourself on an individual level just how sincere or how permanent their actions are. Taurus are probably also going to come to you again for an apple. Doesn't necessarily have to be money in that energy, Taurus. Doesn't even necessarily have to be love either, Taurus. But they're coming to you for validation of some sort and also for assistance of some sort, even if it's something as simple as an energetic vampire, well, like an energetic vampire. Not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying that, an energy interchange of even just listening to someone, right? That takes effort, Taurus. Listening to someone and honestly considering what they're saying and honestly, using both your heart and your mind to empathize and strategize on what their next moves could be or what future moves they could make, right? That's what I mean by that. Anyway, Taurus, one could say that upon closer review of what that person has been doing, how they've been doing it, Taurus, that could lead you, Taurus, to, and this depends on the situation, right? That could leave you to bury their past and only look at their future, Taurus, which their future does look very positive in how they present themselves. Again, we're talking about presenting. Could also lead you, Taurus, upon deeper review, to make some hard decisions about a reoccurring connection. Maybe not firmly cutting it off, Taurus, but definitely putting the space of time between you and them yet again. That's something to anticipate for Taurus. Hello. Let's check out Virgo. Taurus was a little bit heavy. Virgo. That would be a Virgo sun, a Virgo moon. Do you feel a Virgo rising? Could be a Virgo rising. Definitely, well, depending, right? What do you have in a Virgo 8th house, a Virgo 12th house? Depending upon your chart. So, something to anticipate for Virgo. Seven of Swords with Temperance. So Virgo, we are in Aquarian season. Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. Hermit is Virgo energy. Virgo, though, what I have for you, something to anticipate, is taking action. Taking some big steps, Virgo. Whatever you've been negotiating with or acting diplomatic about, Virgo, time to change your stance of how you move, Virgo. An opportunity is coming, Virgo. And that opportunity, Virgo, is not necessarily something that you can share with others or others can benefit, Virgo. Whatever sort of diplomatic roles that you've maintained so far, and or Virgo, perhaps thinking about the benefit of a collective, others outside of yourself. I actually see that being switched up, could be temporarily, Virgo, here with Seven of Swords. This calls for you to act out of your standard mode that you've been in for a while. There's an opportunity here, Virgo. An opportunity. Oh, Virgo, do I say it? That necessarily you can't reap the benefits of if you think about others outside of yourself. Time, Virgo. Going to see an opportunity, Virgo, that you should just consider. What do you want and where do you want to go? Three of Pentacles sneaks in there, doesn't it, Virgo? Partnerships, Virgo. Building out your team, Virgo. Applying value, Virgo, to those who you are with. Definitely is a little bit of hierarchy that's also being asked for you to do, Virgo. Who is important? Why? What are their gifts, Virgo? In the time that's gone by, Virgo, how have they revealed themselves towards you? Virgo energy is coming up here. I have Sagittarius, I have Aquarius, I have Capricorn. Threes could be relevant. King of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. Okay. Something to anticipate for you, Virgo. I see friction coming up between some group that you partnered with, Virgo. Maybe not the entire group, but some collaboration, Virgo, that you are in, or you could find yourself in, Virgo. You know, take these readings as it resonates, but there is a split that's coming, Virgo. Someone here, Virgo, or it could be you, Virgo, you see an opportunity to expand, and someone doesn't want to go and risk the resources of what was built, or risk the cadence, risk the current environment that's been built so far. If it's not broke, why fix it? And yet, Virgo, someone else in your energy, whoever it may be, Virgo, very much wants to push the envelope. I see a chasm coming precisely because somebody wants to go and take greater risk for greater gain. Someone wants to go and change the dynamics of the group. And the way that you operate, Virgo, the way that that person operates, someone is going to be, I don't even want to say the word conservative, Virgo. Someone's going to be a bit dull. Someone's not going to notice the opportunity or opportunities, Virgo, that's approaching them right now. Someone's not going to go and put out investment where they should, Virgo. And I see a fracture coming up, Virgo. What's the point, Virgo, of building up stability, building up a platform, Virgo, if you can't leverage it for expansion? If you can't level it for gain when gain appears. Energy is also coming up here, Virgo, besides Aquarius, Sagittarius, Three of Pentacles, significant with Capricorn, two sets of Three of Pentacles. I also have some Gemini, some Aries, some Taurus. Well, I guess it goes into a bunch of things. Some Libra, Taurus. Taurus, Virgo. If I was going to say the most prominent energies here, Virgo, that's going to be the number 3, partnerships, Aquarius, and Libra. Did I say Capricorn? And Capricorn too. I actually think in this time period coming up for you, Virgo, you're going to start seeing that fracture begin. Because, as I said, there's an opportunity that's going to come, or a need to be more aggressive. Not necessarily as an operation model, but just right now. And Virgo, the other party's not going to see it. They're not going to see the opportunity. They're not going to think the opportunity is worth extending themselves for. Something to anticipate. Significant air, significant pentacles, significant earth. Anyway, thank you for the likes. I will link the other readings in the description if you want to go and check them out. This is actually the quietest reading I've done for something to anticipate. I don't know what was happening in the first one I did at a similar time yesterday, 2 a.m., but I could swear I had kitties meowing. I know it was a madhouse when I did the second reading earlier today. Now it's quiet. So quiet. Surprising. Anyway, yeah, definitely let me know your thoughts. If you feel called to, you can send a bit of love my way to the channel. It's always appreciated. You can also go and give me a like if you haven't already. Check out the other videos as well if you have any placements outside of the ones listed here that you'd like to see. Bye-bye. And hello, Mimi.